all about that extra. I already know what it is. Yeah, coolant leaking from in there. I already tried JB Weld. That didn't work, so time to take all this off. Get the radiator off again, drain it. Slap a new radiator on. Let's do it. Car, in the front of the car, we're gonna go down here. Right up under here till you see the blue plug. That's where I'll be draining the coolant from. Let's get it. Big mess. The plug dropped out, so now sit it somewhere. Next thing you want to do, come back to the front of the car. Go ahead and release this so you can release the coolant pressure. It'll let out more. Boom. Got 10mm sockets right here, and starting to screw in those. Alright, keep the washers with it. Next thing, mass airflow sensor. Snag that, and then we'll be getting ear duct clip clamp. Alright, cool. It's off. Let's go ahead and get take this out. Mine's is just these little plastic clips. All I gotta do is pull up on it. Might need to unscrew it. Comes out right around there. I had to. Alright, that's one. Alright, next, taking this out. Air filter box. This will be a little pain. It's right down in there. This one came out a little easier. Usually don't, but I guess since I've taken it out so many times, it did. Alright, next thing. It's obviously this is the expansion tank upper radiator hose. You got a couple of middle hoses. You got a thermostat right here. It's the wires that thermostats down there. Then there's another lower hose all the way down there, all connected to the expansion tank. This got to come out, and the fun begins. All right, you got this clip to come out. This clip right here comes out. This is already lifted out. That's kind of bad. And you got to get under here to get this one. This one can be a pain. Get out. Oh wow. There it is. I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling out the upper radiator hose. It's all out of there. I'm just gonna leave this in. We don't really need to take the whole upper radiator hose off. Just gonna leave that in. We're gonna go down to here, right on this hose. It's a clip right there. Same thing that was just like up here. Just give me a little something, push it up, pull it out. This one's still gonna have coolant in it more than likely, so it's gonna be a mess. Yeah. All right, use a little leverage. Surprisingly, no coolant in it. Might be the lower one then. Went ahead and replaced that clip back up there. It's just simple as slide in, just like that. There, jack the car up, but I'm gonna jack it up. Makes things a little easier for me. Make sure, I'm pretty sure if you guys drive stick, you don't have to worry about it. But if you don't, make sure you got the e-brake up. Yeah, because the car definitely rolled forward on me. The reason why I'm getting under here is because I need to get to that other hose. It's in there, but I can't because there's this little plastic duct there. It's for the alternator. It lets the fumes come out the back end of here. There's a couple bolts right there. There's one right there, one right there. Just from the tire view from right there, from the driver's side. Yeah, that's what I'll be getting those out. And this whole plastic piece has come out. It's not a big deal. It's 8mm socket. 8mm socket. Alright, these are the bolts. Just took them out. And this you just kind of pull out. Close that. Need to turn around that mass airflow sensor because it's starting to rain. Yeah. It sucks. Now it's time for, you can see this hose right here, that clip. It's right up there. This one's a little tricky to get to. Alright, so I went up from the top, went around, and popped it from right there, went around just like that. Bottom of the car, you can see the clip, it's lifted. That's where you need to pull this one out. This one usually has coolant in it, so we'll see. I think I might pull this out. It's connected to the alternator. Duct at the back, twist out, come right on out. Just gonna throw that aside. Okay, so I can get some more arm room to pull on this. Wow, yep, there she go. Just got that all down my sweater. Alright, she's out. Back at the top of the car, this wire right here, the coolant thermostat meter, whatever it's called, is a clip right around there. You can't really see it, but it's a you push down on it and it comes right out. This is what it looked like. Push down right there, you'll see it. Lift it, push down on that back side and pull out. Alright, now the front part is taking out the suspension tank. Everything else is removed from it. Now you just gotta pull up on it and it'll pop right out. I usually like to hold it one from the top and then the other one from the bottom and pull up on the tank. It's pulled up on the tank. You can see how loose it is. Now you just pull up. Might have to twist it around. I probably should remove this shroud. Let's see if I can do it without it. Yeah, I was able to. This is the expansion tank. Alright, this is your oil coolant temperature. I can't remember what it's called. Oil cooler thermostat. Sometimes I've replaced this before. Sometimes this is broken when you remove that expansion tank, and it will need to be replaced. But I'm gonna go ahead and remove the battery because it's really starting to come down out here. So go to the back. Battery. 10mm socket. And remove negative cable line. Let's get to it. Just had to remove the negative cable, but since I dropped the nut, now I'm gonna have to remove the whole battery. Car life. Positive, and I gotta take this bracket out. 13mm socket. Alright, I need 2 hands for this one. These are kind of tough. Out, and the other one right over there. Alright, got the bracket out. So, got the hook right here for the battery. Alright. Battery up. See if I can find this bolt. Well, I can't find the bolt, so I gotta remove this bracket down here. So I removed that bolt. I'm gonna remove this bolt back here. I'm gonna remove this bolt right there. I think that's all of them. I think this bolt is connected to this bracket, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Remove these brackets, but I do have to remove that. It is connected, so I have to remove that last bolt, and the bracket should come out. The bracket is now able to be disconnected. Alright, that's the bracket I was removing. I kept calling these bolts, but they're really just nuts. 5 of them. Let me remove that nut. Now the one I'm looking for. You know, I've been searching down there looking for the bolt. It's right there. The little nut is right there. It's right there. Oh my god. It's probably because it's too damn cold out here. It's so dang cold. Great. Car life. Try to clean it up down here. But the fact that it's so cold out here, it's not something I'm really ready to do. So I'm just gonna replace this bracket back, sit the battery back down, and continue taking out the radiator. Make sure they're all connected to the little slots, all 5 of them, and then start putting the nuts back on. Back to the front of the car. Up next, you gotta remove this shroud right here, fan shroud. I think right here, you push, pull back, pull up. Yep, this comes out. Alright, move that aside. This you can just pull up, get the wires through. Push that aside. And next we gotta remove this bolt. It's a T25 bolt, Torx bolt. Show you how one. Alright. It's that long bolt. Everything should be removed. You should be a pin here you remove, but mine's is like broken, so that's that. So removes. Now this is automatic, so the fan is connected to the engine. There's usually a special tool you have to use to get that bolt off right there, but I use a large wrench and a mallet, and I'll show you how to do it. I just get a mallet, wipe this for it like that, and it should release that bolt down there. Crack this loose. You see it. I cracked the bolt loose. All I gotta do is spin the fan off now. You see your cracker loose. Let me get this wrench. And our fan's finally disconnected, and you take this and the shroud out together. Show you hold of the fan and come out together as one. Now you're exposed to the radiator right here. Alright, next thing we're gonna do is this oil intercooler. There's a little pull clip right in there. You just simply pull up on it and knock that out the way. I need to get a pan because coolant is going to leak from there. You simply push it out. leverage. There it is there. I'm gonna come around here. Forgot about this bolt. There's a bolt, not really a bolt, but a torque screw right in here. So from the top of the radiator, right here, top of the engine, go around there, come right to this plastic strut, go right under there, and there's a bolt hidden right under there. That bolt is also T25 torque screw. This bolt is a pain to get back in when you're trying to put this radiator back in. This would probably be the bolt to give you the hardest time. Alright, that bolt's removed. Next thing is that pain in the butt bottom radiator hose. Same thing with the other radiator hoses. There's that clip right there. You just simply pull up on it and then pull out the upper radiator hose. This may have coolant in it, may not. Just in case, just kick your pan over to the other side and get to it. Lifted up the clip. Now what I like to do sometimes is use these two right here and use them as leverage, kind of like zigzag on X, whatever you want to call them, and press on it from the back side. So I'll probably try to sit them on something like that and use this as leverage. Alright, finally able to get it out. Move that aside. Radiator should be free. As you can see, it's moving. Yeah. Okay. I forgot to mention, don't forget to pull this clip from that upper bottom radiator hose. Pull it, squeeze it, pull it out. Alright, radiator has been removed. This was the problem. So there was a crack right along here. I tried to use JB Weld. It stopped the leaking, but the problem was the system wasn't keeping coolant pressure in it. So what happened is, over time, you ride along, it'll start overheating, and then it'll go back down to normal because the pressures was up and down. You got to keep the pressures correct, or else your car's gonna overheat, and that's what's happening. So to my E90, around the front. Ran the radiator right there, E46 Radiator. I think I have some parts to move over. Yeah. Side by side, make sure they're identical. Make sure you got the right piece. You're gonna have to move this expansion tank housing. You're gonna move all of that, this plastic piece, the oil cooler, everything. All that's gonna have to move over to that new radiator. I don't know exactly how to take it off, so I'll be figuring that out. Thing, this right here, you unclip the bottom of the radiator and clip this. It's like it's 3 of them, and you unclip them all. That should come right out, and replace it on the bottom of that. Then take that out. You just simply slide in right there. So you just simply pull it out and take that out, set that aside. With my oil cooler, which fell out, and then I'm gonna remove this bolt. You just simply gotta pull up from both sides and make sure pull up both sides and then pull up, because this part is connected up top. Make sure your O-rings are intact right there. And move it over to the other side. So I moved it over. I'm gonna mallet this part in right here. See if I can at least get it to go down some more. It'll probably go down if I screw it in first. but I'll see if I can do it. I might cut these bands off. Cut these off. So I got this piece back on to the new one. Make sure when you put the clips on that this is under this clip. For some odd reason, my radiator's bent at the bottom right there, but it's okay. I was able to clip them on, so they clip on in the fronts, right in there, and then the back. It's all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And make sure they all clip in. You should be able to pick it up without it even falling. So if it falls, it ain't on, and you're gonna need it on, so that this stuff don't move into anything like the belts. Not much. Oh yeah. Install this bolt. Now that it's all screwed in, the next thing I'm gonna do, I took out this drain plug that was in here, and I'm gonna use my old one because I prefer it. I like the blue one. You'll never miss it. So I'm gonna use the old one. The old ring's still good. I'm gonna use the old one because it looks better, easier to see. Ain't nothing like OEM, I guess. Everything should be good. Reinstallation time. It's the fun part. Got something. This piece. Just slide it back. Slide it back in. Yep. Try this again. Radiator down. Make sure this oil cooler, intercooler is in. And the clip is pulled up so you can push it in. It should be pretty simple to push it in. It shouldn't take much effort. Close it down. I normally like to do that first. It actually fit in better than original for some odd reason. Still a little off like the original was. I don't know why it's like that, but I'll figure it out. Make sure you put your intercooler in. Where is it? There's a clip right there that sits. Alright. Cool. So I screwed that bolt in, and I screwed the other one in. Really, you do not want to screw this bolt in before you put on the fan strap. Really, you just want this bolt to be screwed in. But I went ahead and screwed this bolt in so that I can keep this radiator nice and tight. You can see it's real tight. It's not going anywhere. So putting on these hoses won't be a problem. The problem I'm gonna have is putting on the shroud. But the best thing about my shroud is it's already broken on the edge, so I can just unscrew it just a little bit, slip it on. So before you put on any hoses, go ahead and lubricate the outsides. Use coolant because that's what the system is coolant. So just use your coolant, lubricate it. It'll make putting on these holes a whole lot easier, and you will thank your life for it, because trying to put these holes on dry, you know what happens. I'm gonna use BMW coolant. That's all you need. Just go ahead, order it, pick it up from the BMW place. It really don't matter. It's only $27, $28 what it would usually cost to buy coolant. Don't cheap out. Connect to the bottom radiator hose, and clip the sensor back in. Real easy. Once it's lubricated, just slide it right in there, man. It's so easy. Once you lubricate it, good to go. Alright, so next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and connect this hose to this little plastic outside strap. I'm gonna do it from under the car. I probably should get a lift. Yep, that's what I do. Load it up, pull it in, make sure it's all in. I had noticed the radiator was sticking out a little bit. You'll see it. I just fixed it, put it back in, put this strout back in at the bottom. Alright, now back to it. I'm gonna make sure this hose is all the way connected, because if it's not, it will pop out on you once you start driving. I just went ahead and assembled everything. I was running out of time, but same way you disassemble it, same way you put it together. Make sure you put the distilled water and BMW coolant in it. Got all the holes connected, air filter box connected, mass airflow. I'm gonna wait till she get up to heat and see what happens and see if it overheats driving around. Then probably have to top it up with some more coolant. Yep, call it a day.